Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Pam, the lipstick lady. I actually have lipstick on already today. I was trying to get myself, I got you guys crooked here. I was trying to get myself ready to go out to maybe do a little door dashing today. And it is, as you can, I don't know if you can see, it is raining out there again, which I guess I shouldn't complain because it should be helping with Texas drought, right? You know, gotta look at the bright side. But I hope everyone's having a great start to your weekend. I'm having a very late start to my day today. It was just, as you probably can tell by the thumbnail, things that go beep in the night, or, well, that's what I guess it should be. Instead of things that go bump in the night, things that go beep in the night. And I'm sure, as I tell you, I'm sure y'all will probably have been there. I was just getting ready. Well, you know, it seems like you go to bed and you can be so tired you go to bed, then you can't fall asleep. And so, excuse me. A couple weeks ago, I guess I should back up here. A couple weeks ago, we had went to bed just nicely dozing off, and I thought I heard a beep, but I thought maybe I was dreaming. And Dave actually he hadn't even come to bed yet. And so I laid there a minute and I listened, and I heard it again. And I'm like, okay, is that like a smoke detector beep, or is it carbon monoxide, or what is that? So I get up and I go into the hallway, and Dave is out there in the hallway already trying to figure out what is beeping, which one of these is beeping. Because in our small apartment, we have 3 smoke detectors. We have one in each bedroom, and then there's one in the hallway, like right outside our washer dryer area, which is right outside our bedroom. Well, right outside the bedroom window, or doors. And so we finally figured out which smoke detector it was, and changed it. I had one battery left, one 9-volt, changed the battery out. Now, we'd only been here a couple weeks, and so I don't know, I guess when they were changed, but they're actually hardwired in as well. So, changed out the battery, it was still beeping. And by this point, it had woke up Izzy, our dog, and she was getting all sorts freaked out. And we took it down. It was still beeping, because it was hardwired in. Pulled it down, it was still beeping. Took the battery out, and it still beeped once. We were like, there's nothing in that. How's that doing that? But, so anyway, ended up having to get it replaced. I put in a work order, and they came and replaced it. So, okay, fast forward to last night. I went to bed. I had a date, because Izzy and I in the evening, we like to go in and have our girl time, which is actually, we just go in the bedroom and we watch what I want to watch on TV. Izzy likes to get on her bed. She likes to go to bed early. So because I think she thinks she can get up earlier that way and have breakfast, which in her defense, it does usually work that way. But so she goes in there, and I usually end up going to sleep or going to bed before Dave comes to bed. And so I go to bed, and then I was tired, but then I couldn't sleep. So toss and turn and toss and turn. It was warm in there. Got up, turned the AC down a little bit. We were both just starting to doze off. And I thought, was I dreaming? I could swear I heard that smoke detector again. So I laid there a second, and Dave said, "Are you kidding me?" And I thought, okay, I heard it, did hear it, because he heard it too. So he got up and he went out. Well, it's hard to tell because all 3 areas are so close together. You just get that chirp, and you got to try to figure out okay, where, is it that one, or this one? Trying to figure out which one it is. And we knew the one, it only been up 2 weeks now, so, but it ended up being the one in my office right above this desk here. And, which they're kind of in weird spots. Usually, any place you've ever lived, smoke detectors are either usually like over by the door or kind of like center of the room. These are by the window and they're in the corner. So it's like my desk is here, and we just talked about this yesterday. He was just telling somebody how if the smoke detector goes off in her office, I don't even know how I'm going to reach it. That night, it's my office. So, we find a way to get up there in this girl's room. I got to clean this office today. I have not completely unpacked it. I mean, everything is unpacked, but I have a big tote of all the pictures I didn't know where I was going to hang when we moved in. And I was trying to get all those little Velcro-y things. Prices on that, it costs about $10 to hang 3 pictures. So I'm just going with good old-fashioned little nails. Put them up, be done with it. So I've gotten lazy and I haven't had time to do it, and it just hasn't gotten done. Well, now it's raining. I'm going to try to get that done today. But, so anyway, we get the smoke detector down, and same kind of thing. It's chirping still. So we pull the battery, and actually when I pulled the battery, all this like white, it almost looked like drywall does, just came out of it. And I thought, well, God, that's probably part of the problem right there. And it's actually the same age as the one they replaced. It's a 2020. So I'll put in a work order this weekend for them to come replace it this coming week and go with that route. But, it's like, why do those things always go off in the night? They don't go off when you're just sitting and watching TV. Oh, no. They go off just as you're falling asleep. You're all disoriented trying to figure out what one's going off and how you're going to fix this and how you're going to reach it. And because if Dave can reach it, I'm a little bit shorter than him. I wasn't going to reach it. So luckily he was able, barely. He had to climb on some stuff to get to it. And I kept thinking, oh, please don't fall out this nurse. So, and he did. He got it pulled down, and we got the battery out of it. Well, we just get back in bed, and the one they just replaced starts chirping. I'm like, how? Why is that one chirping now? So then you start thinking, is there a fire somewhere? Is there something I don't know about? We've had a house fire before, so we kind of have a little PTSD still from years ago, but, it's like everything looked fine, nothing smelled smoky, but that's always was one of my fears of moving into apartments was, what if somebody else's apartment catches on fire? You don't know what people do in their apartments, and actually the one above us is empty, so, you don't know, something could happen up there and you wouldn't know about it. And, so it was kind of a short night because by the time we got both smoke detectors figured out and unplugged and batteries out because we couldn't get them to quit chirping once the batteries were back in, then my mind's going and I can't go to sleep, and I was tossing and turning. And then, Izzy woke up at a little after 6, and it had been raining last night after supper, so she didn't get to go and go potty. So, I kind of figured she would have to go out. So I got up and took her out and came back in. She just had gone tinkle and came back in. She went right back to bed for me, and I was trying to doze off, but then she decided she wanted Dave up, and she does this. We live in her apartment. She should be on the lease because it's actually, she runs the show. She's funny like that. I'll get up with her, but then when she wants Daddy up, she'll go over and she'll paw at his side of the bed, and she won't quit until he gets up. And he's very submissive. He usually gets up and goes and does whatever she wants. Sometimes she just wants him to leave the room, and then she'll lay down and we go back to sleep. But So that was the case this morning, and I realized I slept in longer than what I had originally planned on, but it was raining. It's been raining on and off. You know, it's my fault. I jinxed it with the whole subway thing and sunglasses breaking and me saying, oh, so do we ever get in cloudy weather? Because I couldn't find replacement sunglasses and it was so bright felt like I was going blind all day, every day. And ever since I found new sunglasses, now it's been raining every day. So, but we made it through the night. It's going to be a good day. I see blue sky out there, but blue sky and clouds. It just got done. I just had another rain shower go through. It's supposed to be like that, like today, tomorrow, and Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So, but we are going to head off to we have a little store here in town that we have not been to yet. It's called the Farmer's Patch. And it's like a little farmer's market, but they're open every day. They have like local honey. They have plants you can buy there. They have all kinds of produce and I don't know what else they have in there. It looks like maybe like gardening type stuff. So we've been wanting to check it out for a couple of years now, and we have yet to get there. So today's the day I need to pick up some tomatoes and for a salad that I'm making later. And so I said, well, it might be a good day to run in there, just like run in there and look again some tomatoes, if nothing else. I was going to get them in Aldi, but I might as well go in there and pick them up there. We can check out this little store. So we are going to do that. And I figured I'd get on and just do a quick little video since, well, you know me, it's never quick. I ramble. But figured I'd get on here and do this video before we head out to do that, because it started raining as we were getting ready to go. So I might as well do a video and wait for it to quit raining. When the rain passes, then we can go and do that. And I need to go get probably some more 9-volt batteries, because the only one left is the one in our bedroom. And it's just a matter of time for that one starts chirping. And actually, I need to get a can of that air spray, the stuff like to clean your computer keyboards and whatnot. Air in a can or whatever they call it. I need to pick up one of those, because according to the new smoke detector Dave was reading on that, and it says, like, you're supposed to clean your smoke detectors once a month. I did not even know this was a thing. I know we've had like itty bitty spiders get in there before, and it'll make them chirp, or the battery's getting dead, it'll make them chirp. I'm sure y'all have had that happen. But apparently you're supposed to take a can of air and clean them once a month to prevent all that happening. And so I guess I'm going to pick up one of those too. So, because I'm thinking maybe I can catch that one before, because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if the battery was bad in either one of them, or if it was just they hadn't been cleaned and they were dusty. Because this apartment, I know, had sat empty for, probably 4 or 5 months. Because we knew the people that lived here when they moved out, it had sat empty before we moved in. And I'm guessing probably, maintenance comes through and cleans, and I guess they paint. Our apartment got new carpet in it, and I guess they paint anytime somebody moves out. And it did smell like new paint when we moved in, so I'm assuming that's legit. I probably did. So we had new paint, new carpet, but I'm sure, they might not know that these smoke detectors are supposed to be cleaned monthly, and so I know it's just a matter of time. So I'm gonna do that. I do plan on going out and trying to do some DoorDashing this afternoon. This office has got to get cleaned. I mean, it is. I need to get pictures hung. That's the thing. If I can get the pictures on the wall where I want them, that will get rid of. I have a big tote in here. That'll get rid of the tote, and so I can get that out of here. I gotta do some rearranging, and I just don't have a lot of, like, storage place. Like I have my bubble wrap from my eBay store. sitting here next to me on another tote. But that tote at least has product in it, and then on top of it I got my shipping bags and all that stuff. And it just seems like everything just kind of gets accumulated here in my office, and I need to clean it and organize it. It drives me nuts. I guess it gives me anxiety. I come in here and it's just so cluttered. It makes me anxious just being in here, and I don't want it to be that way. So I need to get it organized and cleaned. But when you're working 7 days a week, sometimes it's hard to find time to squeeze it in. So actually, when it rains, I don't go out and drive with these crazy people in the rain. I mean, if I'm just going like to the store, I know where I'm going, it's not that far, it's just traveling the streets. It's not so bad. But when you're doing DoorDash, you don't know where you're going. In Texas, we have flash floods here. So it's like, you do see a lot of the signs where, here's the 5-foot mark, here's the 6-foot mark. And although I've never seen them flood like that, I have seen some of them, at least on Facebook posts, where there has been some of them do flood. But, out in the country, I don't know if they have those everywhere, and I don't want to end up being in the wrong place at the wrong time for a $5 delivery. So, or even a $10, heck, for a $50 delivery, I don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So when it's stormy or rainy, I don't go out and dash. Now, if it's just lightly raining, sprinkling, I'll limit it to like how far I go, and depending on the traffic. If it's insane traffic, like a Friday afternoon, I'm more apt to not go. But it's Saturday, and the college kids are gone home for the summer, so it hasn't been traffic-wise awful the last few weeks since they left, so that does make a big difference here. So I have a plan on going out maybe between storms, but I do want to go check out this farmer's patch and see what all they have. And I need to pick up, like I said, a few things at Aldi yet. I like to go to Aldi for my meat, and then there was something else I needed to get at Aldi that I prefer to get there. And then I keep looking because the parking lot is right outside our windows here, and I keep seeing either people walk by or cars parking out here. And your old girl here, so is a people watcher, so I don't really mind it. It's just I have those squirrel moments where it catches my attention. So, but yeah, I've got a lot of things to get done today. I don't know, other than this video, if I'll be back on here or not. If I get in the farmer's patch and it's got neat stuff in there, then I'll try to take you along so that you can see it too. It just looks like a neat little store. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it almost looks like a pole barn that is turned into like a little farm store. So we're gonna go in and check it out today anyway, and go from there. And I need to go to. I don't want to go to Walmart because our Walmart is under remodel right now, and it is. You don't know where anything is. The employees don't always know. I went in there to look for replacement sunglasses, and that was a fiasco. I did end up, the second or third trip in there, I did end up finding the little clip-on ones, which is fine with me. I just need them when it's bright out, when I'm outside, to clip them on. I can flip them up when I'm not using them. I'm old school. It works just fine. But, it was hard. I had to ask 3 or 4 different people where they were, because with this remodel, sunglasses are not buying any of the other glasses, and they're in the jewelry department. Maybe that's where they're always at, but nobody knew where the jewelry department was. They just kept saying, "Oh, it's over there," and I walked through all the clothing sections and it wasn't there, and I finally found it. Finally got some sunglasses, so that was good. But hair products. In our new Walmart, or in the remodeled Walmart, the hair products, have always been, everywhere I've shopped, over by, like the beauty products, the shampoo, or the body washes, that kind of stuff, deodorant, toothpaste, etc. Well, it's just during the remodel where they've got them, but all of that stuff is over where it normally would be as far as in the right section over near the pharmacy. But they have, like, when you walk in, it's all like 4th of July stuff and gardening stuff, which, you know, I can understand that for catching people walking in. But the hair products, all the hair products, are down by the self-checkout by themselves, and they're just like over by the clothes. And I'm like, why is the hair, the shampoo? I looked, and like I said, I asked 3 or 4 people. Or no, that was for the eyeglasses. I had to ask a few people for the shampoo. I'm like, the boys, I'm like, do you have any idea where shampoo and that kind of stuff went to? Oh, over by the self-checkout. And I said, well, that makes like 0 cents. I don't know, maybe I'm old and cranky, but to me, that should be over by your body washes, your shaving stuff, your toothpaste, your deodorants, except for that kind of stuff. Why is it over by the clothes? It's actually over, like, by where jewelry used to be. It's in that section, by the clothes, by the self-checkout, and it's just there by itself. So, and it didn't have, once I got there, the products were few and far between. I didn't actually need shampoo. I needed some hairspray, and I just needed something to kind of work with this hairdo that I now have. But, I don't know. I dread going into that Walmart. It's a super busy Walmart, and now that things are all messed up, I don't know where anything is. I used to be able to look on the app if I didn't know where something was, and it would say, it's in aisle A2, and you could hit where's A2, and it would show you in the store. Well, now when you hit where's A2, it just says, please excuse our dust. And it doesn't tell you, so it doesn't help you at all. So, I don't know. But, so that's where we're at. That's what my plans are for the day. It is kind of nice. It's starting to get sunny out there. I'm hoping maybe it's going to be nice the rest of the day, and I can go get my errands run, come home, get some dash, and then tonight, after I'm done work on cleaning this monstrosity that I call my happy little office, which I love my office. It's just, right now, since we've moved in, it's so cluttered. Just gives this girl anxiety. So, let's see if we can get her done today. All right, well, this is way too long of a video already, so I'm going to cut y'all loose here, and I get into the farmer's patch. Maybe I can add some clips in from there and add it onto here. So I hope everybody is having a great day, and we will see y'all on the next video. Bye, everyone.